You're getting fit, and we're here for it. 103.5 KISS FM is answering your questions with Brett Denton from Kvell Fitness and Nutrition.
Hey, it's Mateo from 103.5 KISS FM with Brett Denton from Kvell Fitness and Nutrition, our fitness, nutrition, workout, exercise guru here around KISS. We're taking your questions every Monday, and people have got a lot of them. So we're looking at one that came in online today, and they're asking, how many calories do they have to burn a day versus intake in order to start seeing some weight loss?
Yeah, so it's a great question, and I think that probably 70% or so of the population is looking to lose weight at some point in their life, if not higher than that. And so what you want to look at is all you need is a deficit, right? And so the bigger the deficit, general rule is the more you're going to lose weight. Now you got to be a little careful there. If you get it too big, your body's just going to revolt and just going to say stop. And so I think the better question here is well, how do we get there, right? So there's all those tracking apps, and you can do that. At Kvell, we're not a big believer in tracking your macros and your calories and that type of stuff, just because most people aren't going to do that for the rest of their life. And so what we want to do is we want to figure out, okay, well, how can you do this for the rest of your life, lose weight, and then once you get there, stay lean and stay healthy. And so here's a few tips to do that. Number one, use your hand to measure portion sizes, right? So protein, females, you want to go about the size of your palm, okay, thickness and size, protein per meal.
Yeah.
And then veggies, you want to get 2 fist-sized servings of veggies or more per meal, okay? Greens, kind of err on the side of greens. And then with added fat, you're going to go about the size of your thumb. And then when you do carbohydrates, you want to go a small, like 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup, or about a small handful of carbohydrates. That's going to be your rice, that's going to be your sweet potatoes, that's going to be your potatoes, those types of things. Okay, so that'll automatically kind of reduce your calories and start keeping track of things. And you can just do that when you sit down, like, all right, what does this all look like? Okay, so that's number one. Number two, when you eat whole foods, so not processed foods, number one, you're not going to absorb as much of that because you got some fiber that's going to basically reach out and grab that fat and grab some protein and take it with it out the chute. So you're not going to absorb as many of those calories. So that's why tracking calories a lot of times doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you're not absorbing all of those. So eat whole food, predominantly about 80 to 90% of your food should be whole foods. This means it came right out of the ground, somebody killed it, or that's it, I guess. Those are 2 things. You don't got any options.
So not going to Carl Jr.
Not going to Carl Jr. twice a day. No. And then really kind of increase your fiber intake.
Yeah.
So you increase your fiber intake. Number one, you're going to feel full. Number two, you're going to feed the good gut bacteria, right? So all this gut bacteria, and we're talking about immunity, like the gut bacteria in your immune are going to help your immune system significantly. They actually play the biggest role in if you have a healthy immune system. And then again, it's going to take a lot of that calorie out with you. So even if you are consuming maybe more calories than you need, if you're eating a ton of fiber, it's going to take a lot of those calories out with you. 2 other options to reduce calories without really having to think about it. Just skip some meals every once in a while, right? So like, it's not the end of the world. Like if you're trying to lose weight, you should be hungry every once in a while. People are always like, man, I'm so hungry. Are you trying to lose weight? Okay, great. We're going in the right direction because your body's used to a certain amount of food, and if you stop feeding it that amount of food so that you can lose weight, it's going to tell you you're hungry. And then lastly is increase activity, right? So walk more, exercise more. Again, that has a limit, right? So you got to be a little bit careful there, but just add some activity. Those are kind of the deals.
And one of the biggest pillars of what you do at Kvell is just building a healthy lifestyle and kind of like changing the way you live versus, hey, by this date, I'm going to drop this many pounds and be ready to go or to fit into this or that. So if somebody's looking to start that process at Kvell, where can they go?
Yeah, so just go to our website, kvellfit.com, KVELLFIT.com, and we do 21 days for $1. And Mateo's exactly right. Like, wouldn't you rather just be ready to go to that wedding already without having to do something, or ready to jump into that Iron Man or whatever it is? And that's our goal. Like we just want you to be however you want to be, just ready all the time.
Yeah. Cool. And if you got a question, let us know. Just fill out the form below.